For the latest episode of Blindspotting, Trish learns Ashley cheated on Miles, and that happened to be on the day that Rainey celebrates breaking up with her cheating ex. And it seems that with learning this, any goodwill, friendship, all that we've seen Trish build with Ashley over the last few episodes, if not this entire season, completely out the door. So, first topic is just about how Trish found out, and that's because the white dude who was making out with Ashley, that's one of Earl's many roommates, of which at this point there's a question of how many of them are living in this same place. But that aside, Trish finds an Oakland earring because apparently those must be rare. She asks where this earring come from. Earl don't know. The guy says that he hooked up with Ashley, explain Ashley's rose tattoo and all that. So off Trish goes. Going into the second topic, Trish, as soon as she enters the house, is ready to tell. Ashley tries to stop her, but one of the problems that Ashley has is that Trish is a Spitfire and there's no love lost with them at this point. But one of the complications for Trish is she needs someone to back her up. She talks about this over with Jackie. Ashley talks about this with her co-worker. And after some point, when Earl comes over with food for the event, known as Meat Fest, both make a beeline toward him to get him to be on their side, and he straight up don't want no drama. He rather help Sean get his praying mantises back with his girlfriend June, rather than deal with all this stuff with Ashley and Trish. But that's not to say he doesn't add to the issues. Earl decides to tell Nancy. Janelle overhears, and the storm just keeps on brewing and getting bigger. And ultimately, what happens is, even though Ashley thought she had Trish under control by saying mutually assured destruction, you tell Rainey, I'm going to tell Jackie that you're in love with her and that you tried to sabotage Cuddy. After a certain point with Nancy and so many others trying to keep Trish quiet, Trish decides, you know what, middle finger to all y'all, I'm telling my mama. And when Rainey finds out, she's a bit shocked, as is Jackie and Cuddy when they find out as Trish reveals her truth. And I should also note, people are also a little bit shocked when Janelle reveals that she's probably going to go back to Bally. But getting back to how Ashley deals with all this, she is just trying to be as apologetic as possible, especially since this party, known as Meat Fest, as noted before, is about Rainey breaking up with this vegetarian who was cheating on her. So the timing couldn't have been worse. And to make the timing even more bad, for reasons not going into in this episode, Miles is out of prison and he overhears Ashley trying to barter for time so that she can tell Miles herself. And with that, we're left on a cliffhanger of which we don't know how Miles is going to react. We don't know if Janelle may bring up Tina's part in this whole situation. The only thing that is for sure is that if it wasn't for Sean running out and embracing his father, there might have been a bit more adult conversations going on about how to handle this situation. So when it comes to this episode, it is the penultimate episode of the season, which I know it went by so fast. And I'm glad the fact that Trisha's secret is out, even though it's not fully addressed in terms of how she feels about Jackie, but it seems to be that that'll be addressed in the finale. We also got Janelle's secret out, even though Janelle has kind of been a background supporting player this season, so it's not really a big deal. But most of all, Ashley's secret is out. And while Rainey's situation with having earlier set Alzheimer's or some type of memory loss is not also revealed, at the very least, we're at this point where it seems like it could happen. And a part of me hopes it does happen, because when it comes to stars, at this point, its branding is very focused on like what we see in 50 Cent's Empire or even Hightown. And Blindspotting is kind of the odd duck out. Yes, like Power, BMF, in Hightown, it's an urban drama in some ways, just artsy and a little bit comedic, but it doesn't necessarily fit in with everything else. And if you look at the ratings, it doesn't compare. Now, it does have some level of prestige, so there is a hope that maybe we may get a third season to have all this unravel more, but that's hard to say. So I'm hoping when it comes to this next episode, if it stays 30 minutes or 30 minutes thereabout, we really get to delve into Rainy's situation and also Ashley and Miles' relationship and how that's going to move forward, especially considering the circumstances that led to her cheating. Overall, when it comes to this episode, I gotta admit, I'm a bit giddy for the finale, and I just hope that the finale hits in a way that it pushes Starz to give this another season, or if that's not in the cards, it acts as a proper series finale.